Hey everybody, I'm back and I got a lot to show here. I did a series a little while back where I talked about investing in some sports cards, showed a lot of my Peyton Manning cards that I'd picked up. Another guy that I picked up and invested heavily in back in June and I guess you could say maybe late May was Kobe Bryant. I'd had a couple Kobe Bryant cards in my collection. They consisted just of 3 cards. Now, in perspective, I bought these back in 2017. This metal, I probably paid about $6 for it, and it's worth well over 100 now. Then this Skybox Premium in a 9, I think I paid about $8 for that back in 2017, and one sold for about $280 in a Mint 9. You can see it's got the Lighthouse label because I mean it was that recent that I actually picked it up, and his card prices are crazy. And here's another really crazy example of a card that I picked up. I want to pay $6 for this in the summer of 2017. So you're talking 3 years ago, and just blew up, And that was around the time LeBron cards were really starting to pick up. And I saw how cheap Kobe stuff was. He'd already retired, and I'm like, why is this stuff so cheap? So I bundled it with another card, not realizing that it was going to have such value. Those are the only 3 cards I had going into it a few months ago. I had intended to start picking some more of his stuff up, but in the end, after his tragic passing, I thought, well, his card prices now are going to go through the roof, and I didn't decide to. But then under thinking about it a little longer, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start picking some stuff up because I think long term his stuff could go up in value. Not realizing that the stuff I was picking up in May and in early June would double in price. Here's a classic case of a card. I paid just over $100 for this on Memorial Day weekend. I remember I bought it when I was down in Florida with my family vacationing, and right now it's twice the price. A beautiful card. His Topps Chrome is just through the roof, right? And not really affordable for the average collector. But there's a lot of these chromate finish rookie cards like this, and I'll show you the finest here as well. Another example. The finest set. Here's another classic case of a card that's just doubled in value over the last few weeks. I was paying just about $200 for these, and now they're selling for the high 400s, just under $500 in a 9 with the protective coating. Always try to get these finest with protective coating. I've got a, here I'll just go down. I got a lot of cards to show. I got another 9, and like I said, I was picking these up as investment pieces. I plan on maybe eventually selling the 9s and then maybe like keeping an 8 because I'm good with keeping as 8 as a collector. I don't really need a high-end copy. And I got a couple more, one in a SGC and then one in a BGS slab as well. Picked them up at affordable prices. I've got one the old GAI label. I actually really like this label. What I like about it, you can see on the top here, they have I really like how they did that on the label. I wish PSA did something like that. But a really clean copy, and I like the black border on the GAI. Company went bankrupt several years ago, so they don't get much cred. I think I paid like $40 for that. Another card, bought a couple of these Ultra, Clear Ultras. 8.5. Just a couple 8s. Now, these have gone up about 50% in value. Obviously, when you're buying the lower grade 8s, you're not going to have as big a return on the investment, but you can make up for it by buying 2 of 1 copy. So instead of buying 2 9s or 1 9, I can buy 2 8s. And then this is another cool card. Have that also in a BGS 8.5. Another really popular card here. Now it is just a BGS holder, a 7.5, but a really cool. That EX 2000 is a real popular set. I was showing you the one I bought of a 9 a couple years ago. I picked this up in an 8 so that I could sell the 9 and keep this for myself. Here's a hoops sheets. Be careful of these. These are not the normal hoops. These are not shiny. The hoops is a little bit nicer quality. This comes out of a magazine or something. You can see the perforated edges, so it'll come at a cheaper price. Couple of these other Fleer metals. I showed off my regular Fleer metal. These are the showing him with the fresh foundation. I try to collect the Kobe's that have him with the number 8, the old school stuff. So a lot of these are rookies. Have about 30 graded of his graded rookies. Let's move it on for time's sake here. Let's show a couple upper deck. Got the premium rookie exclusives. These are just collector grade, right? You don't have to get everything in a 9. This is actually in a 9, but it's a BGS. So I don't value a BGS 9 like I do a PSA 9. That's just me personally. They tend to sell for less than a PSA 9 would. Here's a nice Fleer. And then in a 9. If I had to, I'd probably keep the 8s for myself when it comes time to selling I'll sell the 9s. This is a really cool card. The Fleer Showcase. I'm big on the Fleer Showcase rookies. Just a beautiful set. Was considered high-end premium. And it's funny now today that the Chrome set is so popular. It's the first year of Topps Chrome. But back in '96, this was the must-have set. The ultra high-end Fleer Showcase. So this is the insert, the class of '96. Just a beautiful card. This has doubled in the last few weeks in value. And then I have a couple of the, you've got the row 2, row 1. So I'll go with the row 2, starting with the low end here and the 7 and a BGS. I've got it in an 8. Just a beautiful card. This may be the most beautiful Kobe Bryant card of his rookie year, in my opinion. Even though it's the lower tier row, it's just a beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I picked it up in a 9. And another 9. This is a card that I was buying. I was paying, I think I just paid a little, about $120 a piece for these 9s. And now they're selling just around $300. We're talking like, like 40 days later. Okay, so you go up a higher row. You got a row 1. I've been meaning to pick it up in a PSA, but that ship has sailed. So I'm just going to be content with the Fleer Showcase row 1 and the BGS and the SGC. I'd probably keep the SGC, get it reslabbed in the new holder, and then sell the BGS 8.5. A couple other rookies, a cool card, just a cool portrait shot. Not a huge fan of the portrait shots, but still a cool looking Bryant card. And then Stadium Club, you have two. You have the rookie 1 and the rookies 2. Both these just in near mint to mid 8s. Didn't need to get these in high grades. These don't carry a lot of, they're not one of his more popular rookie cards, but I think they're kind of the cooler, pretty cool. Those are more for just the personal collections. And this are really tough Fleer Ultra Fresh Faces. This card's doubled overnight as well. Paid $200 for this. You'll probably pay around $400. They're rare. They don't come up a whole lot. These Fresh Faces were one in every 72 packs for one, and it's a 9-card set. So you're doing the math. It's almost 700 packs you'd have to rip into to get this in Series 1 alone. A couple other things. Can't afford his 96 Chrome, so I picked up his 97. A really cool shot, even though it's in a BGS. Got it for a very competitive price. Big fan of the Skybox EX, exceptional. Got this one here. You'll see it raw. Let me go through a quick couple of raw cards. I bought these from Burbank Sports Cards for a couple bucks a piece. It's his farewell card. I saw somebody else do a video on this and picked a couple of them up. And then this is a really cool surface to air. Look at that shine off that. The best deal of the day, I got a seller in Texas sold me 20 cards for 20 bucks. I'll buy it now. Here's his rookie. A little bit of damage on some of these, but just amazing cards for, averaging $1 a piece. These two are a little damaged. These other ones are pristine. Look at these. I'll just go look at the shine on that. Here's a chrome, man. It's like a 2001 chrome, but it's a chrome with the purple. Great. And once again, I'm trying to get all his cards with him in 8s. Another shine off that, an older Fleer Showcase. A couple inserts. This one's got a little bit of damage right there, but still a 98 Fleer Showcase. Some of these would just be a few dollars, but once again, when you got 20 of them for 20 bucks, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. These are really cool cards, and love it that he's wearing that 8 uniform. His Ultra is a little damaged up there. So some of these are not grade worthy, but some of them are. But cool, just to cool. I have these real cool cards. And a couple of them that I got. A couple rookies here. Love this card. Second year premium. I picked up, obviously like just with LeBron, I've just been following the same methodology that people do when they collect LeBrons, where all of a sudden they start collecting the second-year cards and they go up in value. So a couple of these second-year Kobe's. And then really cool third-year Fleer Ultra Kobe's. This is one of my favorite cards of Kobe. And then I'm a big fan of the holographic set. So I got a couple of the base ones. Here's the Holo Fame. It's a pretty rare insert, not nearly as common as another insert, the 24/7. This is like one in every 4 packs, but not a tough insert. But just look at the shine on that card, man. That thing is beautiful. There's an AU variation, a gold variation of this. These are just the regular ones. This is another card I bought for a few bucks now. That's going for like 20 bucks now. Little Victory Monster Jams. Here's a raw copy of the EX Exception. This is the most expensive raw Kobe card I bought. I paid about 100 bucks for it. And then I got these 3 Ultra Victory. These are all serial numbered right here. They got the nice shine going on with them. I think I bought these all 3 in a bundle for 20 bucks. So that's my Kobe. Once again, I can't believe how much his stuff has gone up in the last month and a half. I still think there's some room for his stuff to grow. If you look at LeBron's cards, I think he's a good person to compare to. Kobe does have 5 championships and numerous MVPs as well. People are just, obviously, the whole story of his tragic passing as well is only going to add to the legend as card folks or collectors continue to get back in the hobby and remember their favorite players. So that's kind of the reason I invested in them. Once again, everyone, appreciate your posts, your comments. I'll talk to you again soon.